many things. Largest library on the Sword Coast. Gained access to it by giving them a book, and you were introduced to an adjunct named Garlith, who assisted you in taking some messages to some important people inside, and also arranging for certain books to be delivered to you. He also returned a letter from Silvira Savicas, one of the great readers inside Candlekeep, inviting you to her laboratory. And when you arrive there, you see that the walls of the circular tower chamber are punctuated by arched windows that are currently shuttered. Bookcases filled with eldritch volumes stand between the windows, while tables are crowded with specimen jars, alchemical equipment, and other clutter. Engraved onto the floor is a large nine-pointed star. A middle-aged tiefling, dressed in wizardly robes, stands by one of the windows, caught in a fugue of intense contemplation. Perched on the corner of a table nearby is a spindly little demon with warty green skin, buggy eyes, thin black horns, and a whip-like tail. And as you kind of file into the room, the tiefling speaks. And she says that I can't tell you how pleased I am to see you all. What have you brought me? She kind of turns to face you.
Hey, are we starting there? I assume.
That's where we're starting.
Yep.
Can I whisper in Mark's ear and recommend that just in case we should pop a divine sense?
I already did an insight check last time. She is not evil, just very. She's like what's his name? Rick and Morty. Just like super excited scientist, and
With an alcohol problem.
I see.
she's like Miss
Okay,
Frizzle, but with demon stuff.
Ooh,
Cool.
Miss Frizzle. I like that comp.
sounds good. Let's do that.
So anyway, so yeah, just give him a look that says, "We did this. We're mad and asleep, drunk in a car." And then I step forward and say, "I'm so sorry. It was Silvera.
Silvira Sabicas.
Silvera. Silvera, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Merce. I am the one who sent you that letter. Myself and my companions were sent here on the behest of the Silver Flame, the Flaming Fist and Baldur's Gate, with some bad tidings and something interesting. They said you would help us out. You're the one to talk to about the Hells. I have this puzzle box, and I will. Well, I'll say I have this puzzle box. We found out that it is some sort of a safe of sorts from a demon or from a fiend. Is there a place that I can put it safely?
She kind of walks up to you, kind of looking at it, and says,
Well, I haven't taken it out. It's in my
"Oh, I
bag.
thought you said you
didn't
had taken it
touch
out. My bad."
No, well, I was gonna, and then I remembered that people died. So I hold up my pack. I say it's in here. I don't know if it's safe to touch.
Well, usually, as long as you're not fiddling with them, and she just like opens up your bag and starts rifling through it, trying to find it.
Oh, those aren't mine. There it is.
Sorry, that was kind of funny.
Well, I thought I looked good in heels. Anyway,
Yeah, and after like a few seconds of rifling around in there, she kind of like, "Aha!" and she pulls it out. She's kind of looking at it, kind of like turning it and like just looking at the different faces of it. And she's like, "Oh yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm." And she says, and where did you find this?"
found it near a fiendish shrine in Baldur's Gate. One of the dukes, Duke Van Thamper, was conducting rituals and conspiring with devils down there.
Indeed. But was this one of her puzzle boxes, or did you get off someone else?
Oh, we got it off of.
Yeah.
Well, you're the details lady, but yes, no. The former mayor of El Terrell was also there, hiding with her. He came into Baldur's Gate amidst the refugees and was taking refuge there, hiding from the law and whatnot. He was also conspiring, but he was actually speaking with them when we met him, and we're a little worried that by killing him, we might have made him more powerful.
Ha!
But he
I
had
knew
that
it.
puzzle box.
I've been suspicious of the High Overseer of El Terrell for a long time. No one wanted to hear my concerns, because they considered Thavius Krieg as a hero who saved a city from an undead scourge, giving rise to his holy nation of Eltergard. They hailed him as a savior. And then he made all the citizens of El Terrell swear an oath called the Creed Resolute, which binds them to defend the nation of Eltergard. I met him years ago, and my instincts told me then he was a charlatan. Afterward, I grew to suspect that he had cut a deal with one or more powerful devils, using the Creed Resolute to bind all El Terrell to his dark deal. She shakes the puzzle box in front of your face. I wish to prove my theory, and I believe the evidence is locked inside this puzzle box.
So, so the city of El Terrell gone, but the nation of El Terrad is still there.
El Terrell.
She kind of like does like that
South
thing where where she's like
California.
tilts her hand back and forth, like sort of. I mean, their seat of power and all of their military might just disappeared with El Terrell. So it exists more or less because no one nearby has bothered to conquer them yet.
Okay.
There was a song at the bar. Sorry, I didn't mean to burst out. I apologize.
No, that's a good
That was
point to
part
bring
of
up
our
for
whole
her.
situation.
No, I'm saying
A
that
song.
out loud. I'm saying that as my character.
Yeah, and she's looking at you like a song.
Yes, we were at the Elf Song Tavern
Arms wide open.
a while ago, and the bartender told us about this song that is played every so often, and it literally stops everybody in their tracks.
What, the elf song?
Huh?
The elf song.
You mean the elf song, the
Yes.
tourist trap place that's been there for decades? Yeah.
Yes.
She starts fiddling with the cube.
However, one time we were in there and the song was
on a
different.
Joe's Crab Shack.
Oh yeah, the song was different that time. There was one time it was different. You're right.
Deja vu.
Oh, anything is related to this?
Elrond wrote it down.
It talked about Hell Riders. Sure.
Elrond wrote it down.
Yeah, he did. Hey, Elron, you wrote it down.
I think we talked about this last. Sorry, out of character. Didn't we talk about this last time? And that was like one of your guys' like first two sessions.
It
Yes,
was
only me and
it was
Steven
unrelated
Well, yeah.
according to Underdark, but maybe I misunderstood.
I was just wondering because it was different the last time we were there, and it was like a completely different tune.
But that was only me and Steven, right? Because everyone else had died.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody
That's
else is new characters, but you did write it down.
I don't think
So.
he knows where he wrote that down.
Yeah, you silly
Same thing
goose.
with his character PDF.
Put it
Okay.
down. Fall of Elturel, something. Hell Riders, blah, blah, blah. Yep. That's all.
Hell Rider.
But
But
did you, when you wrote it down, do you still have that piece of parchment, like in your inventory? Do you still have that?
No.
Where did you do with it? If you wrote it down, obviously it's in your inventory.
Well, I didn't take note of it on my sheet. That's what I'm saying. Out of character. 'Cause I'm
Of having it in your inventory, or
So
having
you have this piece of parchment with this song like scrawled on it, and you're gonna just hand it over to her?
Yes.
All right, yeah.
Underdark is throwing you a bone. Please do it.
He is.
Yeah, Jesus, thank you so much.
All right, yeah. So you kind of hand it over. She kind of looks at it, kind of muttering under her breath a bit. You know, something about El Terrell, home of the brave, yada yada yada.
Yeah, that whole we wrote it down was kind of a wink wink.
Fields torn by cloven feet, infernal shore hill risers. Yada yada yada. Companions light until the dawn does call. We're bound by mortal covenant that only ends with death. Huh. That's interesting. Really, really kind of leaning into that whole we made a pact with the devil type thing, aren't they?
Yeah, seems like it.
I would say
I mean,
so.
Like
the
fucking
we
Creed, am I
had
right?
we had other members with us, and it just so happened at the time that started playing, we got jumped by a bunch of not nice people and
Hooligans.
lost several of our members of our group.
Well, at least you survived to get me this box, so all's well that ends well, I suppose.
Beautiful, love it.
And she kind of turns to that little demon that was sitting there, and she's like, Jezebel, would you fetch me the marking liquid? She doesn't like look at him. She's kind of like raises a hand and kind of like waves in his direction. And the demon kind of hops off, walks more of a waddle over to a small cabinet, kind of pulls out this vial, this flask of dark liquid, and brings it over to her. She's like, "Yeah, thank you." And she like picks up and kind of pours like a small amount onto the surfaces of this box. As you guys kind of see, like she kind of like rotates the box around. You can kind of see it's like highlighting certain edges and runes. And she continues fiddling with it until you guys hear this kind of like a light pop noise. And the box just sort of falls apart in her hands. And inside is a stack of 9 chain-linked plates, 3 inches to a side, cast of dark iron, and stamped with infernal runes. And she kind of like pulls it out, and it's kind of like it's like kind of like scroll that just like, goes down to the floor. She got like in one hand, and it just kind of seems to be like glancing over it.
What is that?
You said
That's
plate
missing.
like you would eat food off of?
No, plate as in like metal plates.
Okay.
Are they? Is it? I ask you, say, is that like a message?
Of a sort.
Is that
Let me read it to you. Be it
Right,
known
now write this
to
down.
all that I, Thavius Krieg, High Overseer of El Terrell, have sworn to my master, Zariel, Lord of Avernus, to keep the agreement contained in this oath. I hereby submit to Zariel in all matters and for all time. I will place her above all creatures, living and dead. I will obey her all my days and beyond with fear and servility. I recognize the dispensation of the device called the Solar Insidiator, hereafter called the Companion. In my capacity as High Overseer of El Terrell and its vassal territories, I acknowledge that all lands falling under the light of the Companion are forfeit to Zariel. All persons bound by oath to defend El Terrell are also considered forfeit. I further recognize that this dispensation will last 50 years, after which the Companion will return whence it came, taking El Terrell and its oath-bound defenders with it, if that is Zariel's wish. All of this is my everlasting pledge.
Out of character.
Someone clip that.
Do you
that
have that
connects?
in writing?
I have most of it, yeah.
Get it in a second, yeah.
Okay.
That's more or less the.
That's what happened to El Terrell.
I'm curious, do any of
Well, I was
you have the language infernal?
Oh, yes, I
do.
do.
I'm
Okay.
a tiefling.
Great.
Yeah, I think I do.
So you would have no problems just copying this down, because you can actually, because it's just written in infernal.
Never mind,
Yeah.
I do not.
So, real quick, there was one part of that specifically that kind of scared me. Do you know anything about this solar incendiator or whatever it was? It sounds like that might be what they used to take out Eltrell.
That
Most
did
certainly
we not
is.
learn about that in that that book I read? That was
You-
what saved them the first time they were under attack by demons.
Oh, it was? I don't. Sorry, I didn't remember that.
Yes,
I
the
think.
companion, as it was known at the time, was basically a magical item, an artifact that hung over El Terrell and protected it against undead and demons and whatnot. And hence the holy city, hence the holy nation of Eltergard. They were somewhat fanatical about that. Now, it would appear, based on this, just kind of like slaps it a bit, that this companion was actually an infernal device, unlike the celestial origin that he claimed, called a solar incendiator. And my guess is it sounds exactly like what its name says. It was an insidious device masquerading as a celestial one. And as a result, Zariel has claimed the souls of everyone that was oath-bound to El Terrell.
Holy fuck!
And that includes all of the regular citizens, women and children.
I said that totally in character, by the way.
I mean, it just
yeah.
disappeared, so we know that it's.
Yeah, it would also
Now,
appear she took the
hell.
city itself as well.
Okay, so it wasn't. So all the citizens had to take the oath as well, not just people, not just city guard and stuff like that.
That was his intent. I don't think 100% of people made that pledge, but those who did, well, they're probably in Avernus right now.
So you just said people who didn't make that pledge. Would that explain the influx of people escaping into Baldur's Gate?
Oh, most certainly. A city like that would have been surrounded by all sorts of hanger-ons, vassals, slums. With the city gone, they had nothing to support themselves with, and so they would have fled for the nearest city.
Holy cocks, I'm putting it together. They also say that in character.
That sounds like a lot of soul coin.
Well, so that doesn't mean that everyone in the city was bound and
No, there are
sacrificed,
refugees.
basically. Only the ones that, the ones that were bound, their souls were bound to that. They had to do it knowingly, not everyone in the city.
Well, I have a feeling that the people that took the oath essentially became hell servants, and everyone who didn't take the oath was probably just incinerated by the solar incendiator.
So
she kind of says probably not.
No?
Well, incinerating them would kind of end their usefulness to Zariel. She'd be much more likely to have taken them with the city in a hope to corrupt them once they're in the hells.
Oh.
Fuck.
Turning average citizens into demons, basically. Or
Devils.
Yes.
Which is why we keep getting jumped.
Well, yeah, basically. Oh, that would explain why the devil that we fought on our way here, seemed to die like in the air and not turn into dust,
We literally just uncovered a government conspiracy theory.
Yes.
you discovered
In character. Tell me, how did you get this devil that you have with you to obey you?
Devil? Oh,
Or not
Jezebel. But
Jezebel.
He's my familiar.
Oh, okay.
He's a quasit, not a devil.
He's a quasit. Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He brings just the right amount of chaos into my life.
Oh.
I was about to say, would we know what a closet is?
If you ask her, she would explain it, but all she says is it's a quasit.
Closet.
She just says it dismissively, like she just expects that you know it, and so she doesn't bother elaborating.
I'm sure it's just a familiar, it's basically just a familiar. It's not like a.
It's a type of devil. I thought I said that. Maybe I wasn't saying it loud enough, but in character, it's a type of devil.
Okay, so back to the conversation with the lady. Where do we go from here? What can we do to stop this?
Well,
or return Elturel.
Yeah, essentially is what I'm. Sorry, I guess
well,
I should.
I suppose you could go into Avernus, into the hells, and try and free it and the people trapped there.
Dare I say, descend into it?
I have
You
a feeling.
know-
I have a feeling that we are nowhere near strong enough to take on Zero.
So here's my
Taking on Zero? Oh yes, you're nowhere near strong enough to face her in open combat. However, that would be a rather foolish way to go about this. The Hell's work are a plane of law, not of chaos. They have rules that they are bound to, just as. And if you can find a way to subvert her control over it, that would work, and she would be forced to let it go.
Would us acquiring soul coins have anything to do with that?
It could.
Or am I off?
Soul
Okay.
coins are used as a currency in the Hells. You could certainly attempt to buy souls back with it. But you
What do
might
you-
not like the exchange rate.
How much do you know
Okay.
about soul coins?
A fair
Timmy,
amount.
let's focus a fucking second. How would we subvert her control? We have to go to her manager?
Well,
Straight to Asmodeus.
that's... I suppose the question then would be, what are you going to offer to Asmodeus that would cause him to side with you over this? He really has no reason to go against Ariel at the moment. Rather,
We
it
would
would
have
be
to
more if you
do-
could... Avernus is a somewhat chaotic place. It is the front line of the Blood War. There are different factions that have their own goals on there. And while they are bound to an infernal hierarchy, devils are always bucking for promotion, even if the only way that they can get it is to make the space above them vacant.
So you're saying we should get some of the other high-ranking people in Avernus to join with us to defeat Zariel, and tell them that if they free El and its citizens, that will help them overthrow Zariel?
That
guys,
is-
here-
that would be an option.
So, guys, here's a thought, really quick, if I may interrupt. Why don't we just bring an army? We have enough evidence to get whoever we want on our side to fight against this. We have all the other government officials. They're going to be pissed.
I'll say this to you.
City.
How many regular soldiers do you think are going to be willing to go into hell to free people they've never met before?
There's also
And
the
risk-
fact that the only nation that has been affected by this really has been Elturel.
Yeah.
And all of their army was sworn to Elturel. They are gone.
Yeah.
But
what
what?
motivation would any other polity have to simply bring it back? Why would they bring a rival back?
Because
Well,
if I'm not,
that's an excellent question, and something I really want to know is why Elturel? Why was it so important to Zarya?
Well, do you want the blunt truth of it is? It probably isn't.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was just she knew she could corrupt Avius.
She found a
So-
way to get a lot of souls and a city for loaning out an artifact for 50 years. That, to them, that might not have been a bad deal, especially if they weren't using that artifact at the time. Souls mean more devils. More devils mean turning the tide of the Blood War. So they hope. The Abyss is infinite, so are the demons.
So, question number 2: Why would we want to get Elturel back? It sounds like the people that are there want to be there. They willingly signed a blood pact.
Well,
The city holds no larger implications to the material plane. It's just a form of reinforcement for their own personal squabble.
if you're asking me why you might want to go down there, and
Why is it worth
get Elturel?
overthrowing a hell government? Like,
She's already corrupting things here.
well,
Well-
sure, that's what devils do.
There is the fact that there is likely innocent people that got transported there just because they were in Elturel at the time. They did not make the oath, but physically they just got transported along with the city.
And
So,
think they're
getting-
still alive and soul coined.
She just kind of shrugs like, I have no idea. But if there
I'm
was
just curious, like,
anyone
what
particularly
hostages we
strong,
would be rescuing.
well, yeah, that is essentially. If you asked me why you might wish to go down there, I'm not going down there, but if you are of a more heroic bent, you might decide to rescuing innocent people that had nothing to do with this whole mess. The other thing is, while those people did knowingly swear an oath, the oath was to defend El Terrell. It's simply that he subverted that oath by binding them then to Zariel without their knowledge. The only knowing part that they did was that they knowingly took the oath.
And by unbinding them, is there a way to
Break the oath.
rescue their souls? Like, because at this
Breaking
point
the
they're
oath?
essentially
Probably not.
Yep.
That would involve having to go back in time, and everything we know says that if you go back in time, you die. So I would recommend against that. However,
different from going to hell.
this she kind of jangles the infernal plates on the chain. This is an infernal contract between Thavius Krieg and Zariel. Infernal contracts can be voided with the consent of both parties.
Oh shit.
So if you were to find Thavius Krieg and convince him to convince Zariel to void it, how you would do that, I would leave in your hands.
I don't.
Slit his
I-
throat.
I don't think we'll be able to find Thavius Krieg anymore.
Then perhaps you should merely settle for rescuing the people of El Terrell.
That might be what we have to do.
Hypothetically,
Oops.
if we found, if we could have him void this contract, what would happen to the other souls involved?
Well, when infernal contracts are voided, how to put this? The consideration of both sides is returned to the other. So if you sell your soul for a jelly donut, and the contract is then voided, you will have to give the jelly donut back, though they would also have to give you back your soul.
So she gets
Beautiful.
back.
But how would?
You
that
notice
sense
that the Quasit's kind of munching on this little jelly donut while she says that.
if Thavius' deal was that he got 50 years of having this artifact in his control, how could that be given back without time travel?
We make her go back in time. Oh, she'll die. It's genius.
Well,
In the back.
she says that it doesn't undo what happened. So while the people's souls
Why
might
bring
be
it up?
returned, if the souls no longer exist for whatever reason, they can't exactly be returned. The contract is made as if it never happened, but that doesn't undo reality.
In the background, can I request a jelly donut?
Sure, you say you want a jelly donut. Nothing happens.
Please? Oh,
The
I'm
closet
gonna
just kind
go-
of looks at you right in the eyes. Munch, 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 munch.
Can I kind of wander off into the corner and Andrew a couple questions?
Yeah, sure.
All right. As he's wandering off, I'm gonna go wander and try to find Tilly's.
you guys can't really wander around this place. We're only supposed to be here to.
I'm staying in the room. I just want to be out of
Yeah,
earshot
he's staying
of
in the
anyone
room.
else.
If you try to leave, and say you're going to go find Tillis, Silvera would tell you that. Yeah, you're
Okay.
kind of restricted because you're guests.
Very good.
If he hasn't invited you to his laboratory, I would not suggest going there.
Do how would we, if we hypothetically wanted to go to the hells for, I'm not even sure what our motivation is at this point because I can't save these people, but I'm a curious man and I love killing shit. How would we get to Avernus
Well,
alive?
she says,
Good clarification.
I've got a buddy of mine. a wizard named Trezegor. He lives in a tower about 20 miles from Candlekeep. I've loaned him a spellbook or two, and he owes me a favor. I can have him deliver you safely. I can have you delivered safely to his tower, and he can use plane shift to send you straight to El Terrell in the Hells. And even more importantly, Trezegor is looking after an old friend of mine, someone with a history of battling devils in the Nine Hells, and I think you'll enjoy her company very much. Her name is Lulu.
Yes, I am all for it. Let's go.
Wait, I have a question.
Of course.
When we get there, are we going to stick out?
Yes.
Well, for a brief moment, probably.
Not Mercius. Elbow, elbow.
I mean,
Racist
Avernus
motherfuckers.
is the entryway to the Hells. To get to anywhere in the Hells, you have to go through Avernus and then work your way down. Asmodeus blocked direct transport to the lower levels. You have to go through the different layers in order. As such, there are lots of comings and goings from Avernus, as you might expect. So, you might find that you don't stick out as much as you're worried you will. Though, yes, being mortals and, such, you'll stick out a little bit.
Is there anything that we can do to blend ourselves in extra? Any recommendations?
Well, if you know illusion magic, perhaps using it to disguise yourself fiendishly might make you blend in a little more.
With some makeup, I could for sure pass this.
You guys could be my attendees and servants. And
Yeah, no.
I mean, listen, Turtle Soup. I'm just saying. Other than that, everyone would have to be able to disguise themselves, because I'm pretty sure the only humans, and especially you. I look at Steve. You're fucking half angel.
Yeah, I'm kind of in trouble. Is why I was trying to get to that point.
Ha ha ha, I gotcha. Never mind, yeah.
Well, is your worry that the devils are going to attack you on sight?
Essentially,
Yes.
yeah.
I suppose I would have to ask you, why do you think the devils would do so?
Because they've been doing it non-stop.
Juicy, cream-filled soul coin.
Because it's already
Allergic to words.
occurred. We've been attacked above here before we've even gotten there.
By creatures either at others' commands or by people trying to get something from you. Yes, it's normally how they work.
They're lawful evil. They're not just going
my
around
point is,
attacking.
if they think that they can talk you into giving them what they want, they won't necessarily try to kill you. And if they see you as a mortal, they're more likely to think that they can simply take you, and that talking to you might be more interesting or beneficial to them. They will generally abide by agreements they make.
And you said that they're willing to do whatever it takes to rise through the ranks, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yes. They are all ambitious.
Very okay.
So we can make a deal with some devils.
Yes, we can.
That is certainly one way to go about the Hells, and it is one reason why people go there. So,
Is there a lot of other people that go to is there a lot of other mortals that go to hell? Besides the obvious way?
well, a lot. It depends on what you mean by a lot. Probably more than you would think, given that it's called the Hells. But there's also this other thing I just remembered. And she kind of goes over to this cabinet, kind of opens up, and you just hear like clinking and scratching, so like stuff's shifting around. She's like, "It's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere." She pulls out this scroll. She says, "Aha! This might be helpful to you if you intend to go this route." This
Doesn't say I prepared explosive runes this morning.
No, it does not. Of course,
Damn
getting Discord. What the hell?
Oh, fuck yeah! I'm so excited.
Did it.
I also say everything is going out loud. She's got to hear this. This is true gold.
Yeah. So she pulls out this map and kind of like rolls it out on this table.
Fuck yeah! There's a map.
There is a map.
Oh shit!
And she
Wait,
says,
which is the real map, top or bottom?
huh?
The one Elron sent or the one you sent?
The one I
Oh
sent.
fuck off!
And she says, now, you should know that this map might not be entirely reliable. Its creator went mad making it.
Sweet.
Is that a blood river?
That's
Alright,
your
I'm
gonna-
first sticks.
I'm gonna put that shit in my
Gotcha.
inventory.
Is it lava?
No, it's blood.
It's
Is
blood.
it blood? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
And I'm guessing this is the map to the first gate. Essentially.
It says Avernus in the bottom right. Keep up.
This is a map of Avernus.
Oh, I see.
And
Why? It's
various
just
landmarks within.
just one long ass trail. So fuck
Are
all of
those
you.
land jellyfish?
Land.
How many square kilometers?
I was,
Well,
yeah, is there a legend to this?
no.
It's literally.
You should
what's
also
on the tin.
know that Avernus changes over time. You could walk between 2 points and it take a day going in one direction. Returning might take a month.
Sounds like this
Are-
map is not super.
The map, if I were you, I would recommend looking at the map as a figurative map. If you attempt to navigate via landmark on it, you will have a hard time. However, knowing that in general something is in this direction will be useful for hopefully not ending up in the sticks.
Should we start
Are those-
at the Eye of Sauron?
P clouds?
I was just about
below
to ask.
Sauron? Is that golden showers?
Stole my joke.
Damn it.
That's fire.
Also, what is that? Do you know anything about the things on this map? Like that sword in the bottom left.
Is Aldrock's grave.
Is that?
This looks very Tolkien-esque.
Yeah. The other thing I want to ask is what's up with that jellyfish over there?
Yeah, I mean, it could just be like a bunch of creatures or a bunch of smoke clouds and stuff like that, you know?
No, I mean it's yellow. It looks like a. It looks like. Oh, sorry, not the jellyfish. I just realized there's jellyfish-looking things. I mean like the yellow dome thing.
The Demon Zapper?
The demon zapper.
Must
Can
be a
I learn
scientific
it?
name.
Can you tell me about that as well after you're done telling Mercs about what he asked about?
So you asked about Aldrock's grave. Well, what we know about that is it was either a fallen titan or a wimp with delusions of grandeur.
I got dibs on the sword.
No dibs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to try and pull it out, you know?
And
That's
she's like you know, kind of like examining the map like with you, like you know, like reading some of the notes and such that she has. But she's like, you know,
Okay.
so
So
she
there's
has
this-
some information on it, but she doesn't have a lot. Like she said, the person went mad making this map.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have this map, but like, what would our destination be?
Good question. Where are we going on this map?
Oh, yeah, that's one thing we all forgot to ask. Jesus.
Well,
I-
where you're going wouldn't be on this map. Elturel is somewhere in Avernus, and the way plane shift works is we can send you to a named destination without necessarily knowing where it is. From there, this map may help you if you end up needing to go out into Avernus itself to rescue the people of Avernus, or rescue the people of Elturel.
So
Or-
let's
more
say
along the lines of
hypothetically. Hold on. Let me ask real quick.
Yeah.
Let's say hypothetically. So we go to the wizard, we claim shift, and we ask them to send us to Elturel. Will it send us to the big hole on this plane, or will it send us to the city in the plane of the hells?
The way PlaneShift works is it will send you to a named destination on a named plane. So they can specify Elturel in Avernus, and it will send you there.
Okay, perfect.
Spells OP. Someone needs to nerf it, but
But they've already nerfed Bastion.
So now hold on. So Vash, you go off to your corner. You want to cast Zone of Truth?
no, he's not anywhere near me. I'm by myself. He doesn't know what I'm doing. I didn't tell him I'm doing it.
Oh yeah.
What's
he?
past my passive perception of?
Leave me alone. Let me do my thing.
Just
All
let him
right.
talk. It's fine.
I'm just trying to find out Andrew's real name, man, so we can have dominion over him.
I'm sure it's not going to work on a shielded.
So
yeah.
Royce, to be clear, so you're going off. You kind of go out to this corner and pull out the shield.
Yeah, just kind of like as sneakily as I can without looking.
Okay. Make
Kinda
a stealth
obvious.
check.
I was about to say, you better roll stealth,
That's
boy.
a +7, baby.
How'd you get a +7?
I have good
That's it?
dex and I'm proficient.
wait, what are you doing?
He's
I'm
rolling
just gonna
stealth.
ask Andrew a question too.
I just don't think that's necessary right now.
18.
All right.
I
Yeah, so you
mean-
kind of sneak it out. You got a guy in your hands. She at this point, Sylvira's kind of going over the map with the other guy, so she's kind of distracted and doesn't notice you.
I do.
Anyway,
Anyway, Royce. So what are you doing? You got the shield.
I just want to ask Andrew real quick. I just want to be like, hey, have you been listening to everything that's been going on?
He says yes, but I do need to note: are you casting Zone of Truth or not?
Me? No.
That was directed to magic.
Yeah, well, he beat my passive perception, and so I don't know he's in the corner. But I did try leaving the room, and then they're like, "No, don't do that." So I don't know.
Okay.
So we'll go with no.
All right. So Royce, yeah. Andrew kind of answers back. He's like, "Yes, I've been paying attention."
What's your take on all this? I mean, do you hear any plans that you think could work in terms of us getting Elturel back? I mean, do you think that it doesn't seem to me like trying to void the contract would work? Think that plan has any legs, or?
No, I don't think it has any legs. However, I would note that the contract does not specify that she gets to keep the people of Elturel. So if you were to go there and find a way to get them out, the contract would not stop them from leaving.
Mm-hmm. And then what do you think about? I mean, you were a pit fiend, right?
Mm-hmm. It also says that the companion would return whence it came, taking Elturel and its oathbound defenders with it. Which means that in theory, you could bring the city back. The city itself is not bound to Avernus. It simply was bound to get transported there.
Do you have any idea of of anybody that would be able to do that?
Well, Zariel could probably do it.
What do you think? Was there anything we could offer her to make her do that, do you think?
I don't know. Do you have control over a bigger city?
That's what I mean. I'm not really willing to sacrifice others to bring them back. What do you think about the plan of possibly bringing in some other pit fiends or other people on Avernus to try to overthrow Zariel? Do you think people would be willing to do that? Is she very well liked?
Well, she's how should we say? If a powerful devil thought he could take over Avernus by overthrowing Zariel, they would do it.
Do you think there's anybody down there? Was there anybody down there when you were down there that would have thought that they had that opportunity or had the ability?
At that time, no. But Avernus is a dynamic place. People come, people go. Beings come, beings go. The situation could be very different. And if we were to go there, I can certainly help guide you and advise you as to what's going on.
But it doesn't seem like you don't think that if we went there, it would be like death on impact, right? Like you think at least early on in our trip, obviously if we encountered Zariel, she would probably kill us. But just being in hell, being in Avernus itself, you think we would be okay?
Probably.
Okay. Well, thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate
Sure, just, don't go pick a fight with Tiamat or something right off the bat.
You're funny. And then that's it. And I kind of sneak my way back to the group, I guess.
Okay. So, Royce, you're like putting your shield away, and as you kind of put it away, you see that because you're off in that corner, like the closet has kind of like wandered over to that corner. So like you pull the shield away, and there's the closet just sitting there, like it's half finished jelly donut, just munching away. It's just staring at you.
Can I have a bite?
It kind of cocks its head. Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, my persuasion.
No, you didn't give me a persuasion check.
Were
You
trying to
asked
take a
for a
bite
whole
of his-
donut, not a bite.
Yeah, but he's like a servant.
Yo!
Oh.
All right. Yeah. So he kind of like cocks his head a little bit at you, kind of offers it up.
I don't grab it with my hands. I stick my head out, take a bite off the donut, and I say thank you.
I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from you.
You know what? That's not actually a bad idea.
Yeah, and it kind of just opens its mouth, tosses the remainder of the donut in there, and then runs over to Sylvira, kind of tugs at her robes.
What's wrong, boy?
Yeah. So Sylvira looks at him. He starts doing the Courage the Cowardly Dog routine, pointing at Royce. Just jumping up and down, like miming what's going on.
No.
He seems to be implying that Royce has gone crazy.
Oh no, Royce.
And Sylvira kind of looks at you, Royce, and says, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, no, sorry, I was just having a little indigestion, so I was going over there and just trying to kind of burp stuff out, and I didn't want to do it in front of everybody.
You ate some of his donut, didn't you, when he offered it?
I did.
She gets a sympathetic look on her face. Well, in a few hours, you're going to regret that decision.
That's okay.
Con save.
You were a couple.
We're going to the Artificer Duke next, right?
Give her Baldur's Gate, Jesus.
We're going to somebody else, right? In the city of Candlekeep.
Well, he's not here in Candlekeep. He's 20 miles from here. But I can arrange to have you transported.
I was talking about somebody else got a note saying, come here immediately, too, didn't we?
No, that was just for Sylvira. We're still waiting on a reply from Talise.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions?
Wait, can we try to? Do you think you could help us get
Royce?
to Talise?
Royce, in character. Royce, can I please just talk to Andrew with Zone of Truth?
That's not up to me. He chooses who he talks to telepathically, and so far he hasn't chosen to talk to anybody except me, so I doubt he's going to talk to you.
Okay, well, can I ask him questions and you would receive said answers?
I don't feel comfortable with that.
Wait,
okay.
Who's Andrew? Sylvira's kind of looking at you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Magic, who's Andrew?
I don't know.
It's his mind friend.
Yeah, it's his other friend.
Mind friend.
Yeah, he calls him Andrew, but what it really is like a form of schizophrenia he has.
Multiple personality disorder.
Yeah.
Make a deception check.
Oh, fuck's sake, Bob.
Hold on, let me roll.
You need to leave Andrew alone.
Let me go to my deception.
No! I believe I was the one. Yep.
I'm so
Oh,
glad
still
it's
not
still
bad.
the bar
Okay,
drinking.
good.
She kind of
Good.
looks at you and she's like, if it's private, you could just say that. You don't need to lie.
Oh.
It is.
All right.
I appreciate that it is private. I don't know why Vagic feels to bring this up in front of people right now, but I do appreciate you saying that.
Okay, good. Okay, she knows something's up. Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's go fuck shit up. Come on.
Well, I still have, I don't know, a couple books that I would like to read.
Yeah, and I need to get a book too.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's.
Well, just let me know when you wish to set out, and I can arrange you for the Griffin transport to Trex.
Tomorrow morning.
Wait,
Wait,
Griffins
wait,
can
wait.
carry someone as big as me?
We have some
Yes.
big Griffins.
Okay, just making sure.
Hey, is there any more info on like Zariel we can get that you know of? Like, what would she want possibly, or anything? I guess for trading or
I mean,
breaking the contract.
She-
Any ideas?
We've exhausted that conversation already.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we've
think we
already
have.
gone through all that.
She seeks
Yeah.
power, like all
Yeah.
devils.
All she wants is to move up.
Huh.
Or move down in the right? Would that be it?
I genuinely don't know.
And down in the hells or up in the ranks?
Down in the
I like
hells,
that.
up in the ranks. Yeah.
That's perfect. That's the
it's
perfect
same.
way to put it.
I think this is one of the useless conversations that we're gonna.
Go smoke some weed.
Let's
Yeah.
all go do that real quick.
But if you want information about Zariel, there are probably some tomes here in the library you can read.
No. Okay.
I have a couple books I was going to read. Does anybody else want to read on Zariel?
I'll take Zariel, and I need a book on artificer infusions or magic items that I can create using my artificer infusions.
Okay, so you take that book and I'll read on Zariel. And
Okay.
we're out.
And I don't know.
Question. Really
Um,
quick question.
One more question.
Okay, Vagic, go ahead first. I'm sorry.
Could you hook it up with a meeting with Talise? That'd be really nice of you.
She gets this look on her face, like she smells something terrible. She's like, "Why do you want to talk to Talise?"
I really want, especially if we're gonna go into Avernus.
Sorry, you broke up. Say again.
I really want magical weapons if we're gonna go fight in Avernus. That just seems like something, and I heard he's the guy to go to. So
Yeah,
know.
if you want some like stuck-up historian lecturing you on, how this empire was founded around this artifact that then fell through the ranks to this person, causing this empire to fall in this direction, and you'll end up with a 6-hour lecture and you learn absolutely nothing of use.
oh, very good.
So he's
So-
an engineer?
Like the past 20 minutes.
More of a historian.
He's a historian. He's not
Even worse.
crafter of the sorts. Okay.
Yeah, he is
so-
not someone who will make a sword. He is someone who could wax poetic for hours about a particular sword.
We do also already have silvered weapon.
Yeah. All right. So thank you for your time. Let's diddly doubt. Get out of here. And
Let's
see you later.
diddly doubt.
Come back to the bar and see how drunk I am.
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah,
me what
okay,
happened.
I was wondering where you were the entire time.
At the hearth, drinking.
Yeah, I kind of figured that once you said come back to
Alright.
the
I'm
bar.
not one
but-
for research. My character in character is not one for research.
Let's go back to the
I'll be
bar,
honest.
pick up
The more we
Ira,
play,
and get prepared to go to the hells, and let's go fucking do this thing.
the more BoJack Horseman vibes I get from Ira.
Yes.
A little bit.
The more we play, the more confused I get about what questions I should ask.
All right.
There's no wrong
On-
questions.
On to
Yeah,
the
that is
bar.
true.
But you might not like the answer sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, if you don't know what questions to ask, it doesn't help to tell someone to be quiet, but they're going to ask a question.
Well, I mean,
But
I had that.
you
I
did your
had that.
thing, so that's what's
Yeah,
important.
I had that question. Like, I mean, it was good to
We'd
know
already had that
if we.
answered. I head back to the bar and find Ira. I'm grabbing it.
Yep,
Yep.
I'm following.
Going.
Okay.
So how long were they gone, Underdark?
About 3 hours.
Holy shit.
We were talking for 3.
Well,
Jeez.
took about a half hour to wander into her lab.
True.
I had
Talked-
7 beers.
Talked for about 2 hours, including like her going over the puzzle box, explaining everything,
It's a slow night.
and then you guys walked back.
Well, I bought 7 more drinks.
All right.
Probably a round or two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've made some friends with some of the guys there.
What's his name? Little One? Is he there?
Yep, little one's there, reading a book, drinking. Once in a while, you could tell when he joined in on the bar songs because there was this really, really loud and deep baritone.
Did you say bar songs?
I'm gonna walk up to Ira, pat him on the back, and say, "Dude, we gotta go find somebody that's gonna help us kick ass in the house. Let's go."
1 more pint.
Okay.
Here, all right, you convinced me.
I'll buy a round for the party then.
All right.
I think I'm still in the library.
Mhm.
Or one.
Yeah. So Ira, just give me a general call it
Sobriety check.
some type of charisma check.
Charisma.
Indeed.
Well,
So,
that's a fun one.
persuasion, performance, something like that. Your
Okay.
choice of which one?
Persuasion I'll take.
Okay.
Because that's a +2 at least.
Yes, while you've been drinking, you've kind of made friends with a priest of Agma named Shu.
Shoot.
Shu. S-H-O-U. Oh, I'm sorry, I misread that. That's his descent. His name is Kai Tiger Steel.
Kai, oh, fuck yeah, Kai Tiger Steel.
Dude, I bet he's friends with Johnny
Shoot.
Sins.
His name is like Bob Thornton, and he's like, I'm gonna be cool.
This guy has
You know he
fucking-
fucks.
This guy has a magical chainsaw.
Does he have frosted tips and sing for Sugar Ray?
Okay, then I will introduce the party to my new friend that I've been drinking with. And what do I owe you? Let's see. Let's just call it 10 gold because I'm tired of keeping track.
Okay.
For the other time and then this time.
Sure. Yeah, Winthrop takes it.
Does that cover Kai's tab?
It does. Kai
Oh,
looks
yeah.
for it.
Oh, you gotta realize booze is really cheap, so 10 gold is actually pretty high. We're just...
It basically covered like all the rounds he was handing out.
Yeah, and then last night the 4 gold that I spent.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a
Beautiful.
couple copper, couple silver for a drink, depending on what you get.
Can I say, hey Kai, it's great to meet you. You want to rock with us? And then guitar noises.
I can be those guitar noises.
Just the electric guitar. Just play me some hard shit.
I got you.
Yeah, so you like say that, and he's and immediately like the barman slams his hand, points a finger at Kai's like, no, you are not bringing the stone golems in here again. I'm still cleaning up from what happened last time.
We won't do our business in here.
Yeah, and Kai just kind of looks at Winthrop. He's like, you always ruin my puns.
We just ruin all kinds of puns.
Yeah, well, your puns tend to ruin my bar.
Yo, I'm loving this dude, Kai Tiger still.
Alright, so
Alright.
Royce, you are getting books.
I am.
I'm
Okay, so
getting
you're not with the party. Tortuga's not with the party. So it's Steve, myself, I'm assuming Elron. Merxius, what are you doing? Are you getting books or did you come back to the pub?
You're
Slash
pub-
inn?
He's at the pub with us.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then...
Can you hear me? Am I cutting in and out?
Yep,
Or?
no, you're good now. Did not hear you when you opened your comms, but you're good now.
I am also at the public house.
Huh?
What
Okay.
fucking stuff?
All right. What? So I basically fill Ira in with everything that's going on because he needs to know about this shit.
Yeah, we're just
We
gonna
didn't
hand wave
find
that.
anything.
I'm assuming you guys filled me in. If you didn't, you didn't find anything. Okay, I got more beer.
No,
we
we got.
literally just discovered that we can get to hell.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm trying to say. Will you just chill your balls a little bit?
Jeez.
Ah, basically, we're going to hell. We can do this now. We can do this tomorrow, but we're going to hell.
Tomorrow, yes.
Can I start playing Highway to Hell in the pub?
Yes, you can. The whole
Perform-
pub starts singing along.
Yo, this is like the
They're
hype
horribly off key.
dude. The only way it should be.
Okay, you said that there is a blacksmith here
Yes, there is.
of sorts. Okay. I would like to go talk with him actually. If anybody wants to come with me, you're welcome to.
Sure.
Okay. So
Dylan is crushing it.
Yeah, I'll go as well.
Yep.
Can we get some like vocals of how you sound? Like some
No.
roleplay about what you sound like, Dylan?
Absolutely not.
So your performance check?
Yeah, that's my performance check.
yeah, it's
No,
really
it-
good. Like you're like perfectly like on key. The timing's great. The riffs are just rocking the house. Everyone else that's joining in like like drunkenly in the bar it is, like I said, horribly off key. But everyone has a great time.
Love it.
Hell yeah, we're making friends, boys. We need to go fuck shit up.
Okay, real quick check. Who wanted to come with me to the blacksmith? Because I'm just going to get a pair of bolas that I have turned into silvered bolas.
I'll use my one-hit wonder and I'll head out with Ira.
Okay.
I'm Kevin.
Yep.
All right.
All right. You head out to
So-
the Smithian stables. As you can approach, you can kind of just smell the coal burning. You can feel kind of the heat as you're approaching there, and you can see that the stables are designed mostly for horses, and you can see your horses are stabled there. But there are also these large specialized stalls, and you can see some hippogriffs, griffins, and wyverns having been stabled there.
Oh, neat.
Mm-hmm. And you see this dwarf kind of hammering on an anvil. Like this human, you can guess right based on the disparity of the way he's talking to him is his apprentice, and he's basically showing him how to make a horseshoe for a griffin.
Griffins have hooves?
Okay.
Hippogriffs, I think, have hooves.
Yeah, I might have been thinking of hippogriff. Anyway, so yeah, a hippogriff, not a griffin. My bad. Griffins just have claws. So, yeah. So after he's like finished explaining to it, he kind of hands the hammer over to the apprentice and says, "Okay, now you make some." Then he turns to you. Hi, what can I do for you?
Well, I'll go in Dwarven and say, hey, I hear you're the smith to see. We have some wares that we'd like altered, and I'd also am interested in seeing if you have any wondrous weapons for sale.
He kind of looks and he's like, "Oh, I've many wondrous weapons. My apprentice has made them. Every one of them flawed in some unique and interesting way."
I will take a rapier.
He hands you a rapier. And he says, "Now, just remember, it's flawed. It may or may not just curl up when you stab someone with it.
I take a few jabs at the doorpost with it, and
So you stabbed the doorpost, and the thing just like rolls up onto itself.
and I hand it to him. I was like, I don't really like the balance of this one.
And he's like, yeah. See, this is what happens when you let your apprentice try to temper a blade. He just kind of throws it into the scrap bin. I got a whole bin of those if you want stuff like that.
All right. Well, I was wondering if I could get a pair of these bolas. I hold up the bolas I had made in Baldur's Gate, silvered.
Sure. Presuming you got the silver for it.
Well, I do have 200 something silver pieces. Would that be enough?
My apologies. I think you misunderstood me. I was making a pun. You may laugh at my jokes. I know they're somewhat difficult to understand sometimes.
Ah!
Ah,
That was an uncomfortable amount of laughter.
He kind of looks at you flatly like, I said you could laugh, not that you had to.
Hey,
But I do
really
have the
quick.
silver pieces.
really quick.
Gold will also suffice. I have raw silver. I simply require remuneration for it.
All right.
And yes, he will silver your bolas.
Hey, Ira.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just ask you in private. How much gold do you have by chance?
Not a lot.
What is not a lot?
Enough.
yeah.
Enough for what I'm doing.
I may need your help because I have something that could help us here in a little bit.
Okay.
Just before we embark on this journey, I
I'll
have a
pickpocket Steve.
wonderful. I have nothing, so it's all good. This is why I'm asking you. I have an
You should have
amazing-
some. We split all the gold.
I know, but there were some purchases made, and I also have this spell that I can bring somebody back from complete dead. I just need about 300 gold pieces.
I
Is this Revivify?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Yes, this is real.
Okay,
Oh,
we'll
okay.
talk about this at another point in time.
Well-
For now, I was going to ask the blacksmith if he could manage to get both bolas done for the price of a weapon.
What I am implying is, please do not spend all our money.
have a large diamond.
Those are
Yeah.
valuable for stuff, other things. So yes.
We have money.
Okay. Cool. Just want to make sure. That's all.
Yeah, no, we're good in that department. I mean,
Oh.
the party has more money than I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a lot because I don't spend it.
So yeah, the party combined has more money than I do. I remember I bought an apartment in Baldur's Gate for us to stay at.
Oh yeah.
Continuing.
Anyway, back to the blacksmith. I was wondering if he could do both bolas for the price of what a normal weapon silvering would cost.
Well, I'll have to be making some silver wire for the bola parts. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
So that's where I get the bad roll.
He kind of says, like, unfortunately, drawing out the silver to a wire takes quite a bit of effort, and that has to be paid for.
All right then. So I'll give him the pair of bolas and 20 platinum then.
Okay. He tells you he'll have it ready for you in the morning.
Wonderful. All right. Anybody else want to do anything while we're here, or do you guys want to go back to the pub and continue drinking?
I do. Can you show me your strongest one-handed weapon, sir?
He looks at you, kind of looks you up and down. He's like, define strongest.
Packs the most punch, and also is well crafted.
If you're
Do you have a
sure,
magical mace? Is that not a
Follow
thing
me.
anymore?
Okay, I follow.
So he takes you like towards like the back of the smithy, and he points to this cube of granite, 3 feet to the side, and he says, "That will crush just about anything you come across." It also happens to weigh about 6,000 pounds.
I did say one-handed weapon.
If you are sufficiently strong, you could lift that with one hand.
Touche.
All right, now that we're done joking around,
Everybody laugh.
he does like pull up like this like longsword, and he's like, "This is a fairly standard longsword, and it's a pretty good weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It can be used in one hand."
Okay. You said it was fairly common, nothing special about it?
Nope. It is.
Okay.
It is a longsword.
Very good. That'll be all that.
Okay.
Say out of character, if you're looking for a +1, you ain't gonna find it here.
I know.
Generally speaking, you won't find magic weapons or items in shops.
Well, I was just seeing if you had anything good.
Alright, let's go back to the bar, wrap it up, drink till our night is through, fall asleep, and go fuck some doubles up.
Okay. So some of you head back to the bar. I think some of you though were looking for books. Those books would have arrived at this point if you wanted to go read them.
Yes, I am going to go read them.
Okay, so I think it was Royce and Tortuga. You guys were getting books?
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with Tortuga. So, Tortuga, what books are you looking for?
Magical items I can make with my artificer skills.
I see. So let me just pull that up real quick so I know what we're talking about.
How to be an artificer 101.
Yeah, magical infusions for dummies is basically what I'm looking for.
Artificing for idiots.
Okay. So, let's see. Does it have that there? Okay. Like, I'm trying to I'm looking at the list of items you would just get to pick from the PHB.
Yeah. I know one's like a bag of holding, wand of pyrotechnics. Something else?
Yeah. Okay. This one would require a bit of work to understand, but it would probably be useful. I'm going to need an Arcana check from you.
Oh. Yay. Oh. Yay.
Okay. So you find a tome that details in excruciatingly precise language a decanter of endless water.
Uh-huh.
And about all these different tests they've done about the exact nature of the water, and it's really, really boring.
Mm-hmm.
This is like someone like literally wrote pages about how they poured out an ounce of water, did these tests on it. Okay, then they poured out 2 ounces of water, and then did the same test and wrote down the results of that test on it. Then the next they poured out, get this, 3 ounces of water. And you kind of get an idea of what this book is about.
Gotcha.
So you spend like an hour just kind of going through that book, and you realize that probably didn't help you all that much. You might want to try a different book.
Alright.
So while you start going through another tome, we'll go to Royce. I'll alternate between the two of you. So Royce, what kind of books are you looking for?
Is the first book? Can I see if they have a book? Anything called The Shield of the Hidden Lord?
Okay. Yeah. Do you read Infernal?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I can take it down to the bar.
What languages do you read? Because there's a couple languages in that book.
Common and Halfling.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not written in either of those languages.
Can I keep it with me for now, and then my next book, and I'll take it down to the bar with me when I'm done reading my other books?
Well, you're about to close the book, and you hear a voice in your head. It's Andrew.
My guy.
He says, "What is it exactly you want to know about me in this prison?"
Just if it has any information about who put you in here, when you got in here, why you got put in here, how to get you out of here, any just leads on how to get you out of there, just more information. Because it sounds like you, even yourself, don't quite understand how to get out or even necessarily what it is that's holding you in.
Yes, but I have doubts that a storybook would help with that.
You're probably right, just I thought it was worth a shot.
Oh, it definitely is worth a shot. I would welcome any attempt to get me out of this damn thing. That being said, I do believe the answer lies in the hells itself, and not here.
I was thinking the same thing. So, yeah, that's all I got with that book, I guess.
Is there anything else you're looking for?
I was looking for a book on Zariel. Someone I think already read about Avernus, but
Okay.
if there's any books about Zariel,
Alright, yeah, so you start
Understood
going
that.
through some stuff for Zariel. Tortuga.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. Sorry, just trying to find. I just lost it. My bad.
You're all right. I said the second one because I thought nobody heard me.
Just give me a second. I'm just trying to find that again. Of course, it's like, yeah, why is this always... Okay, yeah, so you plot another book. This book, you notice, is written in common, but you also, like, the pages have this weird texture to them. Do you by any chance understand deep speech?
No, I got Common and Aquan.
Okay. Well, it's neither of those. However, there's common writing. And it seems to be talking about a dagger of blind sight. And I'm going to need another Arcana check from you. Because, again, like, you pulled, like, technical manuals of, like, how to do shit.
Yeah.
come on, there we go.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yes!
All right, yeah. So you kind of figure out like what this dagger does, and you're pretty sure that with that knowledge, you could like infuse that as an infused item. Like you kind of figure out like how to do it from this manual. And how this dagger would work if you were to make one, is that it requires attunement, but any creature that attunes to it would get blind sight out to a range of 30 feet. Which basically means they could like see in the dark, or even, they would be able to see like invisible creatures and whatnot within 30 feet of them. Effectively.
You said this is a dagger of blind sight?
Yes, that is basically like a new infusion you were able to kind of figure out there.
Okay, I am just looking for it.
It's not on the normal artificer list.
Okay, it's not. Okay.
Yep. That's why I told you what it does.
Okay. Let me make a note down here.
Whether you want to make one, that's up to you.
I've got it in my notes. And let's see. I think I might want to pull out one more unless everybody's tired of just me and you talking.
I'm with it.
Okay.
Any opposed? So, all right.
Royce, let me pull up the lore book on Zariel. So the first thing the book talks about, Royce, is that there is one thing above all else that influences the devils in Avernus, and that is the Blood War. They refer to it as the Great Dance in this book. And it even has a quote from Zariel. They at least they're saying it's a quote from Zariel, quoting that she said that my legions are the only thing standing between your precious seven heavens and the bottomless hunger of the abyss. I did not fall into the clutches of evil. I rose to shoulder a cosmic burden. And that's quoted as being said by Zariel, Archduchess of Avernus, former angel of Celestia. And it gives some background on her about how she, went in with that she was once an angel, but she had a somewhat impetuous nature and a love for battle that led her to obsessing over this blood war. And she grew frustrated that she and the other angels were being forced to remain spectators while demons and devils battled. She firmly believed that the hosts of Mount Celestia should descend upon Avernus en masse and wipe out both hordes of evils. This book says that she grew frustrated even more. Like this frustration just overtook her, and she launched herself into the blood war directly, accompanied, and this is a quote from the book, accompanied by a mob of mortal followers, the Hell Riders that you've heard about before, but they refer to them in this book as a mob of mortal followers. And she cut a swath through the legion of devils before their numbers overwhelmed her. A delegation of bone devils, later dispatched to the site by Asmodeus, recovered her unconscious form beneath a small mountain of her slaughtered enemies. And after allowing her to recover in the depths of Nessus, which is the 9th layer of hell, Asmodeus' realm, Asmodeus installed her on Avernus as his champion and the new lord of that lair. It does say that there used to be a pit fiend named Bel that ruled Avernus, but Zariel supplanted him when Asmodeus installed her.
Can I ask Andrew if...
Go ahead.
Hey, Andrew, is your name Bell?
No.
Okay. Do you know Bell?
Not well, but well enough to know that crossing him is risky.
But he's still in Avernus? As far as you know?
I am not sure where he currently lies. No doubt he is plotting to murder Zariel and everyone who got her into power, though. Such is their way.
Do you think that he's someone that we could get on our side to try and overthrow Zariel, and if we told him that we would help him overthrow Zariel, as long as he helps us return Eltrell, do you think he would be on board with that?
Yes, I think he would.
Okay. Sweet. Anything else in the book?
Just that it refers to her in one heading as the Lady of Ruin, and that Zariel rules over the ruin that Avernus has become. That once it was a bustling realm filled with cities, trade outposts, and other features. But recent activity in the Blood War has reduced it to a blasted wasteland. The few structures still standing are citadels constructed by the devils to repel attackers, to be rebuilt each time the front line of the war moves. The fighting goes back and forth, it says. Though currently, as of this writing, it says in parentheses, the devils are in control of Avernus. This makes Avernus a somewhat prime location for adventurers, as they are that are able to avoid the other occupants and can find treasure within some of these ruins. Though they have to be careful of ensuring that they remain on the fringe of the conflict. Those that stray into the middle of it tend to find themselves rather quickly killed.
Does it say? So all it says about why? So she just loves battle, and that's why she went. She just loves fighting and want to watch other people fight, or she went down there because she thought she could take the devils and the demons out together and just rid the universe of both of them.
Yes.
Even though the abyss is infinite, she thought she could do that.
Yes.
Okay.
She has a lust for battle, and she is arrogant.
Okay. But it sounds like, can I ask Andrew, I guess? So, it sounds like you were there before and after Ariel's power, correct?
Indeed.
And it sounds like things kind of went to shit when she took over.
That's true.
The rest of my whistle
He-
pig I left
he-
in the fridge.
Goes silent for a moment and says, I am not entirely convinced that fault can be laid entirely at her feet. She ramped up the blood war. And yes, that caused the destruction of Avernus, but the abyss is infinite. So are the demons that we fought. Who's to say that the same wouldn't have happened anyway? The destruction that racked Avernus might very well have been inevitable.
But Belle never escalated blood war.
Belle is a stark contrast to Zariel, where Zariel's fiery temperament and reckless maneuvering have won her the day through sheer audacity. Belle's approach relied upon his expertise in logistics and defensive tactics to make slow but steady advances. He works under Zariel currently as one of her chief lieutenants, and normally that role, his job would be to rein her in, or at least try to curb her more aggressive tendencies. From what I saw, he had no interest in doing so. He's likely hoping that she will overextend and either get herself killed or cause so much destruction that Asmodeus will have to reinstate him.
So, does Asmodeus not care about the current destruction in Avernus? Or would he rather Avernus have cities?
Asmodeus is Asmodeus. I have
You've
no
never-
doubt that installing Zariel was part of some plot, some game he was playing, and that he's using Zariel and Belle as pawns in it.
Okay.
Likely the destruction of Avernus served his own ends, but I don't know what they are.
Okay. I don't necessarily think your answer changes anything, but I'm just curious. Who would you rather, if it's other than yourself, who would you rather see ruling over Avernus? Zariel
If
or
not
Belle?
me,
If
why
not
not
you.
you?
That is very nice of you, but between Zariel and Belle, who do you think would do, in your opinion, a better job of ruling?
Belle would be a better ruler. Zariel is the better fighter. Depends on what you want out of him.
Okay. Well, Andrew, this was very enlightening, and I appreciate you very much.
Of course. As I said, if you get me to the Hells, I can help guide and advise you.
I'm very much looking forward to that, and I will take you up on that offer, absolutely. And I think I'm done. Yeah, I think that's all I was looking for.
Okay. So you start returning to the bar. Tortuga, is there anything else?
No, I think everybody's tired of hearing one-on-one talks. So yeah, I'll head back to the bar as well.
All right. With your knowledge of a dagger and Royce's knowledge of Zariel's beginnings, you return to the bar.
I fill everyone in once we get there, just kind of about what I read and what I talked to Andrew about.
I speak up and say, no offense, but can we really trust Andrew to help us through this safely?
Look, I get that Andrew's a devil, but he has yet to lie to us about anything really, other than pretending he was a celestial. But I don't. From what I can tell, even without taking Andrew out of the picture and just from what I learned in the book, it sounds like Zariel is doing a pretty shit job anyway, and that it would be in the best interests of everyone, not even just the devil, not even just the people of Eltrell, but just in general, to either replace Zariel with Bell, who was there beforehand, or just taking Zariel out of power in general.
Out of character, under.
Yeah.
If I were to cast Zone of Truth, would it actually have any effect upon Andrew himself? If I was trying to cast it on the being that's encased in the shield?
Well, it's more. So, Zone of Truth doesn't target a creature, it creates an area.
Yeah.
And let's see here.
It says creature is aware it cannot lie. That's why I'm asking for clarification.
Yeah, the whole point of that creatures are where they cannot lie is basically you can fudge the truth in a zone of truth, like not give all of the information of a question asked.
So, from you, I think I would need an Arcana check, because this is kind of an edge case of Zone of Truth. Because the shield is nominally an object, but it contains this
A full consciousness.
Alright.
Yeah. So I know what the answer is, but I'd like your character to make an Arcana check to see if it would understand.
Well, what's nice about Zone of Truth, too, is that you know if it worked.
It did not work.
You are unsure.
I look at Royce again and be like, dude, don't fuck this up.
What has Andrew... Andrew has been nothing but helpful to us so far.
I
We haven't-
understand. I just want to be sure we're not being lied to. And if you want to ask him and get consent for it, that's fine. I just would like that, what's the word? Peace of mind.
I agree. I don't think you realize how serious we're about to get.
I understand we're about to travel into hell. I mean, I feel like I have a better understanding than anybody. I learned that Andrew's a pit fiend. I learned that he worked directly under Zariel. I understand exactly who
But we don't
is.
have a connection with him, so...
Feel free... Tell you what. Go ahead. Cast it. Cast away.
Well, you can ask for his consent. I'm trying
We
to be...
are castaways. Cast away?
Okay. Alright. I'll do it. So, I'll cast Zone of Truth in the area of Royce and Andrew.
Okay.
I'm sure it would affect pretty much just the whole party so far, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I've been in love with Royce the entire time.
We've known each other for like 4 days.
I've been in love with Royce since I met him.
You would literally kill me.
I just need to look this up. So you would know, because I do have to make the save, and so you're going to know whether it passes or fails.
Yeah.
That it does affect him.
Okay.
Just need to look up what a save is. 1 moment.
It's a charisma.
Right, I don't know what bonus he has. That's what I'm looking
Oh.
He's a pretty charming shield.
Yeah, I think I'm fine.
You just admitted that he's a charming shield. So you understand how he could charm us into thinking what he wants.
But I don't think he's changed anyone's opinions on anything.
Yeah,
Not yet.
he passed.
So you know he passed.
Okay.
And Royce, he does speak into your mind at this point, and he says, "If you had warned me ahead of time, I would have allowed it. But by generally speaking, I will resist unknown magic cast."
Oh, see, this is why I asked for consent.
You can't hear him.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Sorry. Back in roleplay.
You're good, Andrew. You don't owe us anything. You've been nothing but help.
Indeed, but I've heard your party members, and I can put their minds at ease, so why not?
Okay. Do you want to try it again and fail on purpose then?
Well, now that I have warning, I can fail on purpose.
That's what I'm asking you. I'm asking if you would
Have your friend cast his spell.
do it
Okay.
again. Do it again, Vagic.
Did it again.
Okay. He willingly fails it.
Okay.
What do you guys want to know? Speak out loud. He can hear you. I'll tell you what he said.
What is your true name, Andrew?
I decline to answer that question.
Ah, well done.
See, this is why we can't trust you, Murdog. We want to. We want to do it.
But
No, he doesn't want. No. This is a total. He doesn't want to tell us his name because if we know his true name, he literally is in our control. I think that is a very valid response.
We're here, but we're here
we
to help
know
you,
he
dog.
said
We're here to build back better.
We are here to build trust in this spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will not allow you to make a slave
Andrew,
of me.
what are your intentions with us?
I wish you to get me to the hells, where I hope to find a way to free myself. In exchange, I am willing to be a guide and advisor to you in Avernus.
And what happens when you free yourself?
Well, then I would be a bit better at defending you, wouldn't I?
Would you defend us?
Could we guarantee, say, an alliance or a friendship that we have been trying to build?
All this talk about me being corrupted, and here Vagic is trying to make a deal with the devil.
No, I'm just saying, like, we want to trust you, and we want your help, and we would love to help you in the process. We just want to make sure that everything's going to be okay, and this is actually going to be a mutual bonding agreement. We're here to build each other back better, baby.
How about this?
You
Freeing.
help me free myself in the hells, and I will help keep you safe, guide you, and advise you through Avernus.
Okay, I'm okay with this then.
Okay, but you have to promise us after. Like, there's consequences to everything.
Indeed, this agreement ends when you leave Avernus, which you will be doing without me.
Here's a question I have for the party,
Yes.
as well as Andrew. So I filled everyone in on the whole Bell versus Zariel thing. So the whole party's aware of what that is. Andrew, since you're going to be helping us, and obviously this is a give and take situation, if we were to install you as the leader of Avernus, would that be something you would want, or do you think that Bell is too strong? Either Bell or Zariel. I don't think we can take both of them on. I think we have to side with one of them. But do you think you could take power from one of them, or is it kind of a Bell or Zariel, but you're out of the running type situation?
Oh, if I had the opportunity, I would take it in a heartbeat.
Okay, and then my question to the party is, what do you guys think? I mean, Andrew's helping us.
This is we need to make sure that if we do this, we have good intention behind it. We're only trying to be better and rescue the lives of the innocent.
That's the whole reason we're going, is to get Eltrell back to the material.
Exactly. And we're trying to keep the rest of the world essentially safe from the hells and all the evil shit that's been going on. So I just want to make sure that is what we're ultimately going to achieve. Is all I'm saying. Dude.
I don't think there's anything we can do to keep the hells from trying to corrupt the material plane.
Sure, but I'm saying, like, you don't just fucking hire a president on a handshake. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be Like
But
we're
as of
prepared
this
to.
moment, I feel like we can be much. We at least know that we can trust what Andrew says. We don't know anything about we know what the book and what we've read about Zariel, which sounds like she's a psycho, and we don't know anything specific about Belle. So, as far as I'm concerned right now, I trust Andrew more than I trust any other devil out there. And so, if I was to right now say, who would I rather have be in charge of Avernus, I would say Andrew, because I know he can be talked to and he can be reasoned with
You
in a
trust the
rational,
evil you
calm
know.
way.
But I
So-
have a thing I would like to do. I would like to ask Andrew the question about his true name again,
Well, I still decline to answer.
and then I would like to cast command, and then the command would be answer.
Okay, so you cast command. What's the save on
You-
that?
Bob, you are so much more untrustworthy
Wisdom.
than Andrew is.
Yeah, you're being pretty sus right now.
You're being pretty sus right now, Bob. You're literally trying to make him a
I
slave.
say, look, I
Trying
say,
to bring game. Okay,
yeah. Well, you didn't.
I did not. Andrew, I apologize. I'm power hungry, and that's a flaw of mine. And I hope you can find in your heart to forgive me.
I
Magic, I
sacrifice.
need a wisdom save from you.
I also turn around and smack him across the face as a peace offering.
Wisdom save from me?
Yes.
Oh no.
That was really dumb of you.
That was also really fucking fucked up of you.
Yeah. So again, peace offering slapped to Magic's face.
Bet that fails.
So, Vagic, yeah, you say that, and you just like all the voices around you kind of fade away. You're you're just like all you kind of see is like the shield, and you just feel this aura of dread coming from it. And then in an instant, it's all gone. Everything's back to normal. And Andrew speaks into your head for the first time, Vagic, directly.
Oh.
And he says, I forgive you, but I will not forget.
Ah. Okay.
By the way, none of you would know any of that just happened. That only affected Vagic.
Okay.
Oh.
So out of character, just so you know, Bob, he's a pit fiend. He's like, he would absolutely wreck us if the entire party had to fight him.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to give him a wheel of cheese.
Can I ask a question? Is his Zone of Truth still happening or no?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, Royce.
Are you asking me a question now?
Well, I'm asking Andrew, but you're the one that
He can hear you, so you can just ask him. He can hear you.
Yeah, but he's not going to answer me. So if we were to help him, say, take power of Avernus or overtake Bell or Zerial, would he assist us in returning El Terrell and let us be at peace, I guess? I don't know. Would he help us with the El Terrell situation to restore the material plane?
He speaks into Royce's head. I'm just being clear about it. Speaking to Royce's head, since I just told you talking to Vagic. See, he's not going to do that anymore. It's all back to Royce.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "No, if you were to help me take over Avernus, I would certainly give you El Terrell. That seems like a equitable arrangement. A
My guy.
city for power."
And everything for the everyone regarding the oath, right? As well. I'm not trying to miss any loopholes here.
That's a good clarification. Yeah, Andrew, does it all? I just want to make sure that applies to all people of Eltrell, not just the people that didn't take the oath, but the people that took the oath as well. Is that okay?
He says that the people who aren't oath bound for sure. As for the oath bound, many of them might very well have already become devils by that time. I cannot
I'm not sure
promise you that you would get them back.
That's
I'm not
fair,
sure
but-
we would want them back. That's a thing.
That's fair. I think that's a fair thing to clarify that anybody that is already a devil and all the way corrupted, yes, they stay there. I don't think it's worth our time or trouble to try to decorrupt every single person that went there but any uncorrupted humans in hell come back with us to the material plane.
In El Terrell.
In El Terrell.
That's fair
And
game.
peace with all the other nations. I mean, there's an ultimate goal.
That's a reach.
Yeah, do you also mind solving world hunger and curing cancer?
No. I mean, just like
I
it's
can
not like,
probably,
hey,
if you get me in power in Avernus, I can certainly make a dent in hunger in this world. The question is, what would you give me in return?
We can talk more specifics later, but right now we have the details hammered out of the people of El Terrell, people, not devils, back up on the material planes. Correct?
If you help me get into power in Avernus, I would allow you to leave Avernus with El Terrell and all of the non-oath-bound humans within it.
beautiful. All right, let's fucking do this.
All oath-bound humans that aren't turned to devils. Humans. All humans from El Terrell, period, come back with us. Anybody that's been turned into a devil stays with.
Hey, Royce, I don't want to bother you, but you might want to hold your push-to-talk key down a little bit longer.
Well, I don't have my talk key.
Very well. You make me leader of Avernus. And I will give you El Terrell, assuming it's still there. Is that you did not remove it from Avernus, and that therefore I can give it to you.
Okay.
And I will include in El Terrell all of the humans within it. The
Deal.
devils remain with me.
Deal.
Deal.
The Insidiator.
All right, I metaphorically and actually slap the shield in a form of a high five.
Yeah.
Full high
Everyone,
five.
I guess I just asked the rest of the party. Does that sound good with you guys?
I already
that's
slapped
about
him
as good a
a
deal
peaceful
as we
high
can get.
five, so it's all good.
Rose, would you have explained the deal to all of us?
Yes. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I can't telepathically tell Andrew anything. Anything I say to Andrew is out loud.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, that sounds like a fantastic deal to me, if I would say so myself.
Can you
Please,
like,
you
move
like a bit
the
of glass
microphone?
whiskey.
Can you move the microphone a little bit away from your face?
Sorry.
Yeah, that was trippy.
Meanwhile, I have a
Jesus.
1,000-yard stare, and I'm drinking my drink and just terrified.
All right, long rest and let's fuck shit up.
Alright. Stay up with Royce a little bit longer.
Yeah, me and
I want
Tortuga
my best.
have a little boys' time.
Okay. Do you do anything in that time?
I steadily make more and more romantic gestures toward him.
It's getting flirty. Nothing
Very-
physical, but it's getting flirty.
Very much so. It's like, you know in Sims where it has that option to like go into the flirt and just do that?
Holy
It's exactly
fuck.
like that. That's what we're doing.
Guys, I'm gonna leave this party because it sounds like this is just like the cue
That's
the
it. And
cue
then
the
after that-
Pornhub music.
After that, we go to bed.
Yeah, and then we go to our separate beds.
Yes.
Separate. 2 separate rooms.
Uh-huh.
For sure.
And then we're gonna fuck shit up tomorrow in the morning because that's what we're about to fucking do.
Yep.
Alright,
Yep.
so you guys go to sleep. The night passes uneventfully. Morning comes.
Uh,
Now you have your breakfast. And as you're kind of eating there, Silvira walks into the bar.
Oh shit, what's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
Slumming it, obviously.
Sounds like my line.
But, as we discussed, the Griffins are ready to take you to Trazagor. It'll take a few hours to get there, but it shouldn't be too horrible on you. The Griffins are very good at their jobs.
do they have like
Alright.
a donkey version of a griffin?
You can just ride with me, bud.
We
Okay.
We have straps we can tie you to the saddle with.
All right, let's get on them griffins and go.
Can I keep one of the griffins?
I'm afraid they're
No.
property of Candlekeep. They know to fly back when they're done dropping you off.
Touche.
Touche.
So she ushers you to a crescent-shaped landing platform with a stunning view of the sea. And waiting for you atop this platform are several griffins with saddles, their handlers standing nearby to help you. Sylvira turns to you as you guys get there. The griffins have instructions to fly you to Trazegor's tower. They will go directly there and drop you off. There shouldn't be any trouble on the way there.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. Well, if there was, and it was like pretty easy, so we can just kill something really quick, that'd be cool.
Steven, shut the fuck up.
Just like a really aggressive bird or
Don't
something.
tell them to do things.
Just like a very small aggressive bird.
You can play Call of Duty after this. Relax. You can kill something later.
All right. So we're on our way, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So you take off. The griffins head out to sea, flying just below the clouds. Candlekeep looks no less majestic from the air, but grows smaller and smaller as the griffins soar westward. Large rocky islands pass below you, and beyond them lies the open sea. After a long journey, you see a windowless, doorless stone tower floating in the sky ahead. The griffins pass through jagged holes, riddling the tower's conical peak to land on the top floor, a spiral staircase leading down.
We walking, boys.
So you walk down the tower. One level down, you see a cluttered chamber, illuminated by various objects upon which you can see are obviously magical, like flames, like of odd colors. Scurrying around the room is an otter dressed in a tiny red cassock. The otter mumbles to itself in common, mentions something about a tuning fork. When suddenly it notices you and stands upright and yells out, "Lulu, wake up! Our guests have arrived!" At the sound of her name, a small elephant with golden fur appears from under a pile of blankets near a table strewn with alchemical equipment. The elephant takes to the air on feathery wings and lets out a pleasing trumpet sound.
A loxodon?
No, it comes out, and it is just saying it talks to you telepathically, to all of you, saying, "Oh, you're the friends Sylvia told me about. I think we'll be best friends."
Is she flying like super high or like?
No, she's like fluttering about the room.
Okay, can I just walk up to her and be like, are you ready to fuck shit up? And I slap her a high five.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
I like Royce's better.
All right.
Oh man, I'm out of this.
All right. Yeah. So when you say that, Lulu will say into your head, "All right, great. Yeah, just have Traxtor cast the spell, and we can go take the fight to those devils."
All right.
Wait. Is the otter?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The otter's Trazegor?
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Well, of course I'm Trazegor. How many talking otters do you know?
Just you.
I know like 3.
Before we take off, can I just... Does everybody have at least, like, one potion of healing with them? Because if not, I have a bunch. Like, to make sure everybody has at least 1 or 2.
Yeah, I have a bunch as well.
I have a bunch of spell slots.
I have 6. If anybody needs any.
I have
this
10.
is what Lulu looks like.
Oh, okay.
Oh fuck yeah!
This whole plane shift thing.
What are you not getting?
Is there any way I could use it?
It is a much higher level spell than you.
But I'm asking, is there any other way?
Is it really?
It's like a 6th level spell or something. I think. I don't know.
And he's like, yes,
Huh.
yes, it's all well and good. Unfortunately, until I can find the tuning fork, we aren't going anywhere.
Can I help
Well,
you find it?
I'll
Yep.
just make one.
All right, whoever was trying to help find it, go ahead and make a perception check.
Can everyone help, or
Everyone can help if you guys want to.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Wait, what about me making one?
I got a dirty 20. Ira, fuck you.
My +8 perception. Yeah, I noticed
That is
things.
so good, you asshole. God.
Yeah, I noticed things.
perception? Oh my god!
Ugh.
We all didn't roll. I mean, there were some of us that did better than others for sure.
I mean, imagine if I cast Enhance Ability on Ira before that.
Oh god.
Oh no, I won't read that. Hold
All
on.
right, so
Can we
yeah,
do
you guys
that,
are-
Underdark?
Job Tortuga.
Tortuga's just
we're
like
waiting on Tortuga's check.
Tortuga's just
Hold on.
It all
wandering
depends on
around like
you.
an idiot.
Hold on. I mean, I
You gotta roll higher than 8. Just higher than 8. That's all you need.
There we go.
16.
All right, yeah, so you guys are
Oh.
looking around. Ira, you do find the tuning fork. In
I'm like right behind him. I'm like, oh fuck.
it's in the drying rack next to the sink.
Makes
Wow.
sense.
It looks like someone used it as a fork.
So it's not a proverbial tuning fork.
So it's a silly goose thing.
What note does it play?
Ooh, that's a good question. I actually have that information. I just gotta go to that page.
What?
Oh yeah. There's a specific note it does.
I'm
Very-
guessing.
I mean,
C
the
major.
bard should be the one to ask that question. I'm just saying.
Let's see here. It plays F sharp.
Mm.
Can you play an F sharp?
Fart sharp.
Yeah.
That might be useful.
I use it to sharpen my rapier, because then it's fucking sharp.
Nice.
Fuck you.
All right. Yeah. So you just start like honing your rapier with this thing, like you would before carving up a turkey.
Wait, don't fuck it up because he needs it.
Yeah. Transigador looks at you when he hears the note Ira playing from this, and he just gives you this incredulous look, which is hard to pull off for an otter, but he manages it. And he's like, "Well, that's the fork, all right. I only got one of those. Here, why don't you hand it here, and I can, get us on our way."
Okay.
For 15 gold.
I mean, everybody else posted the same damn one.
All right, you hand it to him. He says, all right, everyone get in a circle, hold hands, and start
I
singing
hold Tortuga's
Kumbaya.
hand.
I hold Royce's other hand in Tortuga and I pick him off the ground.
Love it.
Yay!
All right.
Like a little child.
Absolutely love it.
And that's when Transigador taps the tuning fork on the floor and
Kumbaya.
casts a spell.
that is us.
A hot, stinging air assaults your senses. The city street that you find yourselves standing in is lined with buildings that are crumbling, if not already collapsed. The ground shudders beneath your feet, and in the red, smoky sky, a 400-foot diameter sphere of darkness discharges strokes of bluish-white lightning that strike the city at irregular intervals. Perched atop a distant bluff overlooking the rest of the city, you can see a crumbling fortress. Transigador looks up at the black orb nervously, utters a few arcane syllables, and disappears in the blink of an eye.
Can I put on my black tattered robes?
Yes, you can. You put on some black tattered robes. You guys hear Lulu go, all right, Let's go find some devils and kick their ass.
Yeah.
And that is where we will call it for the evening.